All right, all right. So, hey, everybody, I have Chris Waters here today from Austin, Texas, Waters International. Chris, how's it going?
It's going great, Tom. Thanks for having me on.
All right, man. Good to see you. Chris and I have been friends for, over a decade,
Yep.
just doing a lot of fun things together, business collaborating, our families hang out, we ski. But, man, let's just jump right into it. So, Chris, I've been sending a ton of referrals to you and other locations in the country. And as you know, a lot of people are moving out of California. So I'd like to chat a little bit today about moving out of California. And if someone wants to move to Texas or Austin, Texas, maybe some of the things that are going on there. And as everyone knows, multiple reasons why people are moving out of California. A lot of people want to move out because of the political climate, the tax. I mean, California is one of the highest state tax states in the country. But anyway, Chris, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Yeah, doing great.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's, the number of California drivers, the license plates, right? They all say California on them. And, I think in Austin specifically, we have like somewhere between 160 and 170 people a day coming here, and a large chunk of them from California. So it's pretty wild, as I was telling you before we went live, we don't have state income tax, like literally no state income tax. The state is very pro business. Recently Austin, Texas landed Tesla. And so Elon Musk is moving to. I think he just bought a house in Austin. I heard a rumor he just bought a house here. So he's literally moving like his entire operation, the Boring Company, Tesla. They bought 2,000 acres right outside of Austin, and they're building this massive facility. They're going to be hiring thousands and thousands of people. And then Oracle is leaving California. They bought this massive chunk of land off of the Colorado River. I mean, it's an incredible campus. And they said they're going to bring 10,000 jobs here with Oracle. So, I mean, that's just the beginning, to be honest. I mean, it's the number of people moving here is crazy. Our inventory is, crazy low. I mean, it's nuts. So yeah. It's advantageous climate, I guess, compared to what's going on with you guys out there in California.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, just took a listing the other day, and she wanted to move to, she wants to move to Austin. So I hooked her up with Chris and his team, and she's not really that familiar with Austin and some of the shopping, some of the recreation, some of the different areas that she can live there. And also the affordability. Maybe you could chat just a little bit about, the average price, and then what someone can buy, and then some of the amenities that are available.
Yeah. So, average price relative to California is pretty low. You can get a beautiful home in some of the outlying suburbs of Austin between 325 and 350,000. It gets more expensive when you get into like the inner core of Austin, but suburbs are incredibly, affordable. The schools are amazing. The schools here are really, really good. And the thing that makes Austin really unique and why so many people are moving here is because we have a really diverse climate. And what I mean by that is like, Willie Nelson moved from Nashville to Austin, Texas in the early 1980s and brought kind of that whole music scene of influencers to Austin, which is kind of what helped, Austin become the live music capital of the world. So, the liberal arts component of the city is, it's pretty big. We have lots of music stuff here, South by Southwest, Austin City Limits, these massive music festivals, right? Where 100, 200, 300,000 people come into town. There's also a technology part of South by Southwest that's growing like crazy. There's I don't even know how many acres it is, like hundreds and hundreds of acres are set up for production studios and these, various Hollywood-based companies for filming movies and things like that. Something that probably surprises a lot of people. We're in the middle of Texas. Austin is, right? We're not near the ocean, but we have 7 lakes that surround Austin. So there's from a water sports activity perspective, there's a lot to do. Another kind of unique, just like characteristic to the city is Lake Austin, which is the Colorado River, runs literally right through downtown Austin. So it's very beautiful. You can be on Lake Austin and be within 5 minutes of Austin. Those houses are very expensive, but I guess relative to California, they probably seem cheap. But it's a diverse city, like liberal arts, technology, education's big here. We've got the University of Texas, which has got over 50,000 students. We've also got, some schools most people don't even know of that have like 40 to 50,000 students, like Texas State University down in San Marcos, Concordia, Southwestern University. Like it's like this epicenter of, just tons of universities that are pumping out super talented kids, which is great for businesses.
Yeah. Well, it sounds pretty amazing. And every time I come there, it seems to be either the spring or the fall. But I know some people say it does get hot in the summer. What can people look for when they come out in different times of the year?
Yeah, great. That's a great question. So basically, like September through May, it is really nice. Like right now, it's probably like California. It's in the 70s out right now. We're January 22nd, right in the middle of winter, and I could walk outside in shorts. You could easily go swimming right now. Like we get random cold spurts here and there. Like we actually got 3 inches of snow last week, which is like completely out of left field. I have no idea. I haven't seen snow in like 10 plus years. It was crazy, but it was cool. So I mean, it's really nice throughout most of the year, but without a doubt, like it starts getting hot in June. Like at the end of May and June, the temperatures are in the low to mid 90s. We don't have any our humidity is relatively low here compared to like Houston, Texas. And then in July and August, it's scorching. Like that's when we get like, these 100-degree days, and it'll be 100 degrees for like, 45 days in a row, and it's just completely miserable. So, like this past summer, my wife and I, we rented a house in Aspen, Colorado, and we spent a month, 6 weeks. We were renting a house for 6 weeks, and we weren't here. So a lot of people go out of town and vacation in July, in August, and this is definitely not the place to be those 2 months of the year, but the rest of the year, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well, I know that you said you haven't seen snow in 10 years, but hey, come on, dude, you were here 2 years ago. We went skiing at Tahoe, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I haven't seen snow in Austin in 10 years.
Yeah, that's definitely an anomaly for sure.
Yeah.
So when someone is moving out of state, one of the things that we always do, of course, and I'm sure you do, the first thing, we sit down with them and we do a needs analysis, and we identify, what their timing is, what different locations they're considering.
Mm-hmm.
And then we give them, we connect them with top real estate brokerages like Chris, so they can really check things out and due diligence. Mm-hmm. And Chris, as well as many other brokerages, as well as we do, everything is virtual now. So Chris has virtual videos of homes and the area.
Yep.
And then, of course, once we put someone's home on the market, we almost always negotiate because the market here is crazy. We get multiple offers and a bidding war. And then we negotiate a rent back to really give them time to go out and check out other locations. So, Chris, maybe you could chat a little bit about, your virtual, the virtual homes, as well as the market there. I mean, are you seeing multiple offers? And then kind of what that whole process looks like.
Yes, great. Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, we have lots and lots of clients in California moving here. One of the things we do is with a lot of clients that haven't come here yet, or maybe they have come here and they have to go back to California, we do lots of video tours. So we'll walk through properties on their behalf and tour the properties. But as you mentioned, one of the first steps when you're thinking about moving to Austin is get connected with an advisor or an expert in the market. We'll be able to help you way beyond just like finding you a house. Like once we understand what your motivations are, for example, are you looking for certain types of schools? Are you looking for certain types of things, maybe from a lifestyle perspective? So you exactly like Tom mentioned, we go through kind of a needs analysis. A lot of times we'll do this via Zoom or Google Hangouts. So for example, if somebody, is looking on our website, we'll reach out to you, schedule a Zoom, we'll go through a needs analysis, understand what you're looking for, and then kind of talk about the different geographic areas of Austin, dive into, if schools are important to you, talk about, where the top rated schools are, if private schools are a thing, we'll connect you. Our public schools are so amazing here that I don't think it's necessary to send your kid to a private school. I think a lot of people send their kids to private schools for, if they're looking for like a specific religious, faith-based type of program. That's why probably most people send kids to school here. But we'll go through, find out exactly what you're looking for. And then, once you book a trip, we'll set up a tour for you to go and look at some different homes in different areas so you can really drill down on the specific location. As Tom mentioned, most everywhere across the country, the market's, super hot. It's a seller's market. Houses are going fast. And so, once you leave, if you haven't found the house, again, we'll do lots of FaceTimes and property tours via FaceTime. And, we'll quite frequently we'll put houses under contract for a buyer and they'll come down here during the option period. That's what it's called in Texas, an option period. That's when you do your due diligence to make sure this is the right house for you. And that due diligence period is typically like 7 to 10 days. You do your inspections and things like that. So we have a lot of clients like literally get the deal under contract virtually, and then they fly down here, take a look at the house, make sure it's exactly what it is, that we were showing them via video. Video is huge. We've got this we have two different pieces of technology that are pretty cool. One is the Matterport, which does these 3D, scans of a property. And it looks almost like a video game. And then we also have this device made by a company called Rico, and it does 3D scan walkthroughs. So, it can, this isn't like some gimmicky slideshow. This is like a, legit 3D walkthrough. You can even put on the Oculus glasses to do a 3D walkthrough. Another cheaper alternative is Amazon has something called they're the cardboard. Literally, go to Amazon and you type in cardboard glasses, and it's like cardboard, disposable glasses you can wear to do go through a 3D tour. They cost like $15. So that's that's kind of our process after we understand your needs and showing you properties. And to Tom's point, those lease backs are critical to give you time so you don't feel pressured to buy something. We also work closely with the sellers to, see if we can, have like a long escrow period, for example. Sometimes that's helpful for the seller. The thing is, like, everybody's selling a house, they need to turn around and buy something. And so, doing long escrows isn't completely unheard of, because a lot of sellers are having a hard time turning around and buying. So that also buys you some time to help get all your ducks in a row when you're moving. But pretty much like anything under $1 million is like going into 5, 10, 15, 20 offers. It's a crazy market. Prices are going up fast. I would expect this year prices go up somewhere between 20 and 30%. So it's going to be a big jump. As you get to higher price points, the market is still pretty hot, but they're not going into that like multiple offers. Like, for example, in Austin, a like super high end house is north of like 2.5 to 3 million. Like, that's a really luxury house. For anybody that knows who Joe Rogan is, he's got a really popular podcast. He just bought a house here, spent $25 million. Like, those type of sales don't happen very often. He actually bought a house next to Sandra Bullock off Lake Austin. So those aren't like, super popular types of transactions. In the luxury market, like, most of the action is between like 1.5 and 3 million. And then it gets kind of soft when you go north of 3 million. The only exception is these Lake Austin homes. It's a beautiful site. Like, when you fly into the city, there's literally this river that flows right through the city. And so you can have a house on Lake Austin, and it's the Colorado River, and you're 5 minutes into downtown Austin. It's pretty cool. But the Lake Austin homes, those move super fast. Their price per square foot is usually $1,000 to $1,500 a square foot, which is a lot of money because most homes in Austin are around $150 a square foot. So like $1,500 a square foot, it's like crazy. But it's one of those things, like there's a limited amount of land on the Colorado River that goes through Austin, and so it's highly valuable. I think it's the only city in the state of Texas where there's a river going through the city. So anyways, that's a little bit about the process and some of the things we're doing to help folks.
Nice. And then plus, it sounds like there's some great investment opportunities as well. If someone wants to buy an investment property or a rental, how's the rental market and the investment opportunities?
So rental market's really strong. There's lots of demand. The challenge is from a cash flow perspective, like the rent that you collect will pay for, your principal and interest and taxes and insurance and all that for the property, but you're not going to make a lot of money from a cash flow perspective. When you invest in Austin, you're betting on the appreciation. And I mean, it's like literally homes are going up on average, like $8,000 to $9,000 a month. Like that's the average amount they're going up right now. And so like, if you buy a house this year for $325, next year that thing's going to be worth $400 at the rate things are moving. So that's where you'll really make your money is on the liquidity side of things. If someone's looking for cash flow, this probably isn't the best place. I think one of the big opportunities in Austin is land. So we still, the state of Texas has a lot of land. And so, you can drive outside of Austin like 45 minutes to an hour, and you could buy like a 100-acre ranch, 200-acre ranch, 300-acre ranch, 1,000-acre ranch. And so, I mean, there's been wars fought over land, right? Wow. And so the cool thing about buying land in Texas is you can get an ag exemption, and your property taxes are like $40 to $50 a year. And so you can literally just sit on this land, and the land will go up in value. And as the city starts to sprawl more and more and more, it's just going to drive land values up. So if you don't want to deal with tenants, then you should definitely consider buying land because, well, they're not making any more of that.
That's right. Yeah. Well, the three things that people need to keep in mind. Number one is seek out a professional, so you can get some professional advice. And then number two is do your homework. Whether you're buying contingent or non-contingent, know all of your options. Then number three is be realistic because, we are dealing with people and timelines and, things do change. So definitely have to be realistic. But if anyone wants to get a hold of you, Chris, how do they reach out?
Yeah, best way to reach out to us, you can go to my website, christopherwaters.com. We've got a great list of properties that aren't on the market yet. So if you want to get a competitive advantage, you can check out our list of coming soon properties. Some other cool things we're doing as a promo for buyers right now is getting them a $500 credit on the lending side. We've also got a deal with ADT. Our clients get a free home security system, includes the install and all the parts. Doesn't include the subscription, but includes all that other stuff. And then we've got like a basket of gift cards we give out to our clients when they close on a house. So for example, I've got I think it's $50 or $100 for the moving company. And I've got, what else? Discounts with the, we've also got a deal with the home inspection companies, the home warranty company, all these things to help make the process smoother for you as a consumer and kind of eliminate some of the doubt. One thing I should probably not forget about is, one of the biggest fears for most people when they're moving into a new city is, what if I don't end up liking my house? Or like, what if I lose my job and we have to relocate to another part of the city? So anybody we represent that buys a home through us, we have a love it or leave it program. So meaning if you don't love the house within 12 months, we'll sell it for you. And, you don't have to pay us a commission. We won't collect a dollar. Still got closing costs and that stuff, but you don't pay us anything. And we'll help you relocate to make sure you find the right place if for whatever reason life happens. So Check out, go to christopherwaters.com and check out our website. You can start looking at homes for sale on there right away. And we'd love the opportunity to help you.
Awesome. Well, hey, Chris, thanks for hanging out with me here. Great to see you as always. We'll see you soon. So, hey, thanks everyone. Chris, have a good weekend.
Thanks, Tom. Great being on. Appreciate you.
Thanks. See you guys.